What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged and Undocumented. We are a team of three tonight. I'm the big man, Jimbo, joining you again. With me is one of the Twin Magic. We got Mr. Rafe.
How y'all doing tonight?
And joining us, as always, is our undocumented himself, Mr. Cruz.
Hello.
Where?
It hasn't been our week this week, you know. We're a team of three instead of four. Cruz is having technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're still here to bring you an awesome show.
As often as we can make it.
Absolutely. So, we got some things to talk about tonight. So, Cruz, what do you want to talk about?
Well, it's up to the good people to decide. Nah. Another fantastical week of wrestling action. A bit slow this week, to be honest, but definitely some. Yeah, definitely some story buildup, but it's a slow burn too as we march towards SummerSlam. Of course, starting off with Raw, we had everybody's favorite mommy show up and open up the show, Rhea Ripley.
Mommy, I missed her show.
Immediately calling out Liv Morgan, demanded, she wanted her to come out to the ring. Dom came out, tried to apologize for what's been going on, but of course, Rhea wasn't having any of his shenanigans that night. This led to Rhea challenging Liv Morgan to a match at SummerSlam for the title, which Morgan immediately accepted, saying her goal was still to take everything away from Rhea Ripley, including Dom. And then we would follow Judgment Day, specifically Dom and Rhea, throughout the night, as Mysterio would try to apologize to Rhea over and over again. Of course, we had the first segment backstage where Rhea walked into her locker room and Dom had a whole setup of like flowers and everything for her. She closed the door, opened the door back up, threw the flowers at Dom right in his face.
It was great.
And then just slammed the door immediately after that. Yes. Speaking of yeet.
Oh man.
This was hilarious. So we had another follow-up to that backstage segment with Damian Priest, Dominic, and Jay Uso showing up. Jay Uso asking Damian if Rhea was single because he was ready to mingle. Oh my god, that cracked me up.
Oh,
man. We had the golden line. We had the golden line of Jay telling Damian, "Hey, if you see Rhea, tell her I said hi." He just eats right out of it. Oh my god!
And to add on to that, the WWE pages on their social media posted extra videos on the side with Jey Uso saying that he was going to take Rhea Ripley to the Waffle House.
I saw that.
He also.
I saw that.
What was the other one? Oh, they asked Rhea if Jey Uso had her number, and she was like, "Yeet."
So very interesting. Very interested to see where this goes. Of course, this bothered Dom so much that he went and asked for a match against Jey Uso. So that was a match set up for later on in the night, which Jey does end up winning, defeating Dom by pinfall.
Yep.
Morgan tried to come out and help Dom. Of course, it still didn't help, and Jey, of course, gets the win on Dominic. Other happenings on Raw, we had Sheamus defeating Bronson Reed via pinfall after a brogue kick. I cannot English tonight. As Reed was about to attack Sheamus, Pete Dunne came out to try to make the save. Sheamus tried to shake Pete Dunne's hand, refused it. And then Pete Dunne turned on Sheamus laying him out, and then continued his attack and eventually hits him with the tsunami from the top rope. So heel turn for Pete Dunne. I'm very curious to see where this is going to go.
Me too. I mean, what's with that turn all of a sudden? I mean, what's got to get Sheamus?
Yeah, because I remember last week when Sheamus came out to help Pete Dunne. He tried to hug him and celebrate with him, but Pete Dunne just kind of pushed him away and then just walked out.
Yeah.
Well, I heard there were reports of him being upset because Sheamus left them, the Brawling Brutes.
Oh yeah, left him.
I did see that too, but I mean, like at the same time, he got hurt.
Yeah, it's not like he just up and left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's like I'm not feeling this right now. Deuce.
And it was a neck injury, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so.
Neck or back, something like that.
Yeah,
something serious.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. Next, we had Sonya Deville defeating Zelina Vega by pinfall. After the match, Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark, just new little faction they got going on, beat down Zelina until Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, and Lyra Valkyrie ran in to make the save. I don't know why I said Katana Chance's name like that. God, I cannot English. God dang it, what is wrong with me? Oh my God.
I saw a tweet after Monday Night Raw. I don't know if y'all saw that in I don't know, somebody just being a complete dumbass and whatnot. It was just hilarious because he's what's this new faction? Team Lesbian?
Oh, I saw that.
I did see that. Oh, that was so weird.
They pulled up the old graphic from that old team, the Lesbians from SmackDown.
That was
like, what is that about?
That was great.
I mean, granted, of course, we know that Sonya Deville has a wife. She is married. We do know that Shayna Baszler, I think, is a lesbian as well. And I don't know about Zoe Stark.
I don't think she is. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to assume or anything.
But yeah. I just had to get that in there. I saw that and I was like, what a bunch of jerks.
Oh my God. God, oh my God, that team was so weird back in the day. Oh man. If you watch Ruthless Aggression Era Raw, ladies and gentlemen, if you know, this is literally if you know, you know. You know. That was a different time. That was a different time. Anyway, moving right along. We had Damian Priest defeating Braun Strowman via pinfall. Before the match, Priest and Gunther came face to face to discuss their SummerSlam match for Priest World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther said he would prove that Priest is just a piece of street trash, which Priest responded to by saying Gunther is privileged and has no heart and will soon have to fight from the bottom like never before in his life. After Priest defeated Strowman, Gunther returned to the ring but was forced to retreat after a short brawl. Gentlemen, thoughts on this upcoming match between Gunther and Damian Priest?
Considering they have no storyline between the two of them, aside from the fact that Damian Priest is the World Heavyweight Champion and Gunther is the King of the Ring that got him that opportunity, I think they're building it along nicely. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, their promo was... I thought their promo was really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And then I enjoyed the after-match antics and whatnot. And... I think ultimately there's two more Monday Night Raws before SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's two more.
SummerSlam is August 3rd.
Okay, so there's two more Raws before SummerSlam. So I think they're building towards it nicely, and I think with the next 2 months, I think they have potential to make it even gooder. Yes, I said gooder. It's a word. It's in Westbrook. If you don't like it, bite me. They definitely have the potential to make it an even gooder match at SummerSlam. Make it more personal, well.
This one this Gunther Damian Priest match might be a hidden gem for that night.
I think it's a good, I guess one of the good underdog matches. Not underdog, but like a match that nobody's really gonna look forward to until it happens, kind of thing.
Yeah, it might fly under the radar for most people, but it's gonna it's probably gonna be a little underrated classic match.
Yeah. Oh, and to answer those questions, Zoe Stark is not a lesbian. She is dating someone who wrestles in Japan, Tom Howard.
Okay, well there goes Team Lesbian.
His name in wrestling is 01 Max, some shit like that.
Yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Well, I guess we're not getting a Team Lesbian 2.0. Sad day.
Shut up.
I'm disappointed.
Shut up. Alright, moving right along, we got, speaking of Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark picking up a tag team victory over Katana Chance and King Carter via pinfall. Then we have another storyline building segment for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Adam Pearce extends Drew McIntyre's suspension after teasing a match with CM Punk at SummerSlam. Of course, we saw last week CM Punk asking Adam Pearce to please lift the suspension on Drew McIntyre so he can give him the match at SummerSlam. Pearce said he would talk to Drew. He did talk to Drew. Drew came out. Pearce said he knows that both McIntyre and Punk wanted the match, and so do the fans. All Drew had to do to get the match was apologize to two referees he attacked at Money in the Bank. McIntyre refused, got in Adam Pearce's face, and the referees for screwing him over and over. Pearce said he had no choice but to extend McIntyre's suspension. McIntyre then shoved the two referees and got in Pearce's face before Seth Rollins ran in to attack McIntyre. Excuse me, with McIntyre escaping before getting stomped by Rollins. Now, from what I've heard, apparently there's a rumor that Rollins might play a part in the CM Punk Drew McIntyre match if this happens. Some people are speculating they might do guest referee and that Rollins is going to be the guest referee.
That would be crazy.
If that happens, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen.
Oh my! Oh my!
This is going to be the hot rivalry going into SummerSlam.
Definitely. Oh, that has potential to be something just really out of bounds.
Right.
I know SummerSlam's a little bit close, but what if they just make it a triple threat between the three?
Oh, that'd be interesting too.
That would be, because Seth Rollins did say that CM Punk's actions costed him as well.
Yeah.
So he is fuming about CM Punk as well, just as much as he is fuming about Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see it, but I mean, I'm fingers crossed for the unsanctioned street fight at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like, this has got to be.
Let them two beat the hell out of each other.
Yes, please.
You know, it's like Home Dude from Godzilla. He's gonna pop out, just let them fight.
Good. Oh man, that one's gonna be chaotic as we continue seeing the story unfold. Speaking of stories unfolding, Chad Gable calling out Bo Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Gable's telling it. This one was crazy. This one was absolute chaos. So Chad Gable spent the show telling anyone who could listen that he had figured out who that Dallas was Uncle Howdy, which of course any wrestling fan with the brain can tell you. We already knew that. But all right, we'll give it to you, Gable. We'll let you have it. Which everyone already knew. Gable then told Pearce he would call out Bo Dallas out later that night. When Gable did so, Dallas began walking out to the ring when he was attacked by the Creed brothers, who came in through the crowd, which was really surprising to see. The trio put an extended beating on Dallas, with Dallas laughing the whole time. And we heard him saying, dropping the yeah line from Brother Lee, and then he was saying there they are. And then he said, and then Gable just getting mad over and over again. He's like, "Why are you laughing? Who are they? Whatever." And all of a sudden, bam! Lights go out, and here come the Wyatt Six, making that slow walk down to the ring. Oh, it's so creepy and so awesome at the same time.
It really is. Just seeing them all converge together. It's it's so eerie. Like, I'm literally getting goosebumps thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? Just Sister Abigail in the freaky face,
Yeah.
Husky the pig, Rambling Rabbit, Mercy Buzzard. I'm just like, oh my god, they're so creepy. Like, I'm serious. Like, I wish you guys could see this, but I've got chills just thinking about it. Like, every time I'm sitting there and I hear the piano key, the
first couple of
I'm just like, oh my god, this is gonna be chaos. like even now, like I'm 33 years old, but still, like the marks that Bray Wyatt left behind for them to keep on. It's just so. I still geek out about it. I still get so fangirly about it. I'm just like,
still crazy to see. And to think we're only a month into their run right now as this group.
Yeah.
And they haven't wrestled, but we're still feeling the impact of the group just from the mere presence of them is still making an impact in WWE and within the crowd. So
absolutely. Chris, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Good question for you in regards to that. A question for both of you, actually.
What's up?
With Chad Gable aligning himself with the Creed brothers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does this potentially set up a match for SummerSlam of Chad Gable and the Creeds versus the Wyatt Six?
I was actually about to bring that up. Yes. I do see it happening, but man, it's gonna be very, very interesting to see where it's gonna go wrestling wise. Because I remember I talked to Shane about this too. That we haven't seen them wrestle yet as the group. Obviously you can't have them lose their first match as a group as the White Six.
True.
But at the same time, these are three capable guys with Gable and the Creed brothers.
Yeah.
And can we also I think that's a good idea for them to have a match come SummerSlam just to kind of get their in-ring shit going.
Yeah.
But it makes me curious if they're going to wait until, wait a little longer just for the pure fact of they're still doing all these backstories behind each person.
Yeah, because apparently we're supposed to get more of like the VHS interviews that they've been doing.
Yeah, which honestly, the one with Eric Rowan, I mean, that one was tough.
That one was really tough. That took a lot to hold back the tears.
Yeah,
like that wasn't storyline. That was like real shit.
Yeah. Him and Bose have been the most hard hitting ones to watch because it's not kayfabe. It was real emotion coming out from both of them.
Yeah.
As far as a match, I could see it happening, but man, it's going to be very interesting to see how the match plays out. The build up to it and everything like that. Will it happen at SummerSlam? Maybe. I mean, I'm not holding my breath because we're only like 2 weeks away from it. If it does happen, cool. If it doesn't happen, okay, I'm willing to wait at least a little bit longer, let this build up a little bit more. Maybe that's why I've been enjoying the Wyatt Six stuff so much lately, is because it's a slow build up to it. That way they don't rush into it and then burn out the group. Yeah. Then it all just kind of crumbles apart after that. But I'm curious to see where they go with this.
Which I did see Bully Ray, otherwise known as Bubba Ray in WWE, he had a take on that and said that pretty much that he's not the biggest fan of the whole thing because they're taking so long, like building the storyline. He said he just feels like they just need to push them into the ring already and get some type of momentum.
Yeah. I agree, and that's why I asked. Do you guys think that we finally see them make their in-ring debut at SummerSlam? Because I agree with Bubba Ray a little bit. bringing into fact the extreme buildup that we've had over the past several months with all the hidden messages, and then finally the emergence of the Wyatt Six and Uncle Howdy, and then the VHS tapes, and then finally them putting Bo Dallas in the ring and being attacked by Chad Gable and the Creeds to bringing the whole team to the ring and whatnot. I feel that it's time to make their in-ring debut.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely feel like it. This, if anything, would be a good time for them to.
I mean, they still have 2 more episodes to get something rolling, so
yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Yeah, I can see it happening. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then to wrap up Raw, the main event, we had Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Fortunately, that match ended in disqualification. Ilya won by disqualification after interference from Braun Breaker. Zayn told Dragunov he was giving him a title shot out of respect. This had Breaker upset, but Pierce told him he needed to leave the building or he'd be suspended like Drew. Breaker agreed to leave, but showed up during the main event, charging around the ring and delivering a spear to Dragunov when Sami managed to get out of the way. Breaker then beat down Sami and delivered another spear as the show went off the air. I could see a rematch between Braun and Sami at SummerSlam. Maybe a triple threat and throw Ilya in there just because of what happened during this match in the past couple of weeks where he's been spearing the crap out of everybody in the world, specifically Sami and Ilya. But that's just me. Thoughts?
I see a potential match this coming Monday between, if not this coming Monday, the following Monday. I see Sami going to Pierce and telling him, I'm tired of this. I want Braun Breaker again. Then having them match, Ilya interfering, which would lead to a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam.
That's a thought. That's another thing too. Is one of the thoughts I have on that is if that or Sami goes to him and is like, "Hey, I'm trying to give him a fair title shot, but Braun keeps interfering. So how about you give them to a match, and winner of that match gets a title shot against me at SummerSlam?"
Yeah, I could see that too. I could see both. I could see one or the other happening for sure. But this Intercontinental title picture is getting very interesting to see.
Yeah,
indeed.
All right, so that wraps up Raw. Now we'll jump over to NXT real quick, and the crossovers continue between TNA and NXT, which is very, very awesome to see. Of
say
course,
his name.
Week,
say his name.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We will say his name here in a minute. Of course, to start off the show, we had the return of the Rascals from TNA. They took on Dallas in the opening. And of course, halfway into the match, Vic said his name and he appeared. Joe Hendry coming out to join Booker and Vic on commentary during the Gallus Rascals match. Which is very funny to hear Joe Hendry on commentary. He was actually pretty entertaining on commentary.
I gotta say, I'm loving this Joe Hendry cameo thing.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it's oh my god, it's the best, dude. If nothing else, this is the one thing that people have been wanting from the TNA NXT crossovers since it started was Joe Hendry showing up, and it's been working very well for Joe Hendry and everybody else, to be honest. But Joe Hendry is definitely benefiting the most out of this little crossover that they got going on. Oh my god. Of course, we had the Rascals picking up the win by pinfall over the Gallus Boys. Then we had Duke Hudson getting interviewed backstage before his title match against Obafemi later that night. Then we cut to commercial. Coming back from it, All Ego Ethan Page is talking to Ava about a title match. Let's see. Oro shows up to get in Page's face while they're in Ava's office. He tells Mensah he's never getting a title match because he keeps attacking Ethan Page. She tells Ethan that he's going to defend his title tonight. Page picked his opponent. He picked Dante Chen, of all people, and Ava gave the nod of approval. Excuse me. And then we cut back to the ring. NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez gets on the mic. She asks what's it going to take before she gets treated like the champion she is. Last week, she beat the biggest badass in NXT and retained her title. But is she getting her flowers? No. Lola Vice, who lost the match, gets a standing ovation, and it should have been her. She talks about how Charlotte Flair had the first NXT TV match between 13 years ago. She's on pace to shatter all of her records and everyone else's, too. But what really gets to her is the internet talking about Julia and Stephanie Vacure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. And they can roll out the red carpet, but when they get in the ring with her, she'll show them what's what. Which makes it laughable. Then Thea Hale is her next challenger. Hit Thea Hale's music. Thea Hale comes out to the ring. She says she doesn't know what Roxanne's problem is, but nobody owes her respect or anything else. But gives her the pen, she'll write herself in the history book as the youngest NXT Women's Champion. Perez says she's not underestimating her. She just knows that as long as she's holding on to the title, it won't be her time or anyone else's. And Hale just isn't ready. She's no grown-ass woman. She's just a little girl. A brawl breaks out. They roll around and try to grab their respective submissions, and soon enough, Thea has a double wrist lock, and Ridge Holland has to pull her off the champion. So it looks like I haven't heard any confirmation yet, but I think they're building towards a Roxanne Thea Hale match at oh god, what's their next pay-per-view? I forgot what their next event is, but it looks like they're building towards
Great American Bash, I think.
Is it? I think it is. I think you might be right. Yeah, and it looks like they're building towards Roxanne and Thea Hale, which I'd be down to see. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's been a year to the day since Thea Hale last competed for the women's title. To be honest, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
but it'd be very cool to see.
Personally.
Let's see. What else we got? We have Brooks Jensen defeating versus Javon Evans. Javon Evans wins by pinfall, defeating oh my god, Brooks Jensen.
That was actually a decent match.
That was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah.
I've been kind of enjoying the Brooks Jensen storyline of him, like they like kayfabe let him go from the company, and then Sean talked to him, tried to bring him back, and now he's getting involved. Jensen's getting involved with Sean Spears, and I remember I didn't see it on the show. I think I might have missed it, but I did see a clip where Briggs called him out on getting in with Sean Spears, and so I'm very curious to see where this all goes. Come back from commercial break. We got Trick Williams on a video call with Ilya Dragunov talking about his feelings having lost the title. Dragunov talks to him about how he's getting his bearings on the main roster and asks Trick what he wants. Williams says he wants a rematch. He turns to see Pete Dunne. He asks Pete for advice, but Dunne tells him bluntly to figure it out and storms off. Then we had Dante Chen challenging Ethan Page for the NXT title. Ethan Page wins by pinfall, that was actually a pretty good match too. Ethan Page and Dante Chen.
Yeah.
After the match, Oro Mensah attacks Ethan Page, but Ethan Page cuts him off and leaves him laying. Oro gets back up and cuts him off at the ramp, brings him back to the ring for lariats and a rolling kick before hitting the spinning wheel kick in the corner and counting a pin. This looks like another match that they're building up towards. Oro Mensah finally getting his revenge on Ethan Page, because a while back, Ethan Page was the one that took out Noam Dar and Oro Mensah himself.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's another build up to their next event. The backstage segment, Gallus is grumbling about all the attention going to the shiny new toys, talking about the TNA guys. When Joe Hendry appears again, because they called his name, he says here in NXT to stay, and they say nobody likes him, and people think about them and Drew McIntyre when they think about Scotland. Sure, Gallus boy, sure. Telling man, Joe Hendry is banking on this TNA NXT crossover.
No doubt.
We had Izzy Dame taking on Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley gets the pinfall. We had JC Jane and Lola Vice. Lola Vice wins by pinfall after spinning back fist. And then we had lost my spot. We had OTM, the team of Bronco Nima, Jada Parker, and Lucian Price taking on the club, Carl Anderson, Lou Gallows, and Michin. The club win by pinfall with the Magic Killer hit on Bronco.
And Michin hit that eat defeat.
Oh my god, dude! Her and Jada Parker at I think it was like a couple weeks ago when they had the street fight. Oh, that was a good match too.
Oh yeah,
that was a real good one. Then we had the main event. We had Duke Hudson versus Oba Femi for the NXT North American title. So I've been catching up on NXT since like the past couple weeks, and I was watching the episode, or I recently watched the episode. It's the week before Obafemi had won the NXT Breakout Tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Booker T said that Obafemi, I think he said he reminded him, or he said he reminded him of Francis Ngannou. And the more I look at Obafemi, I'm like, dude, he kind of looks like him.
Kind of, yeah.
Dude, oh my god, it's crazy. It's crazy how similar they look. Of course, we had Obafemi winning by a pinfall and retaining the NXT North American Championship. And I believe, we had one more little backstage segment. Josh Briggs leaves the building with Brooks Jensen, and Jensen challenges him to a match next week. Josh says the last time he beat Brooks up real bad, and he doesn't want to put him through that again. But Jensen doubles down and makes it a no DQ match. So very, very, very exciting episode of NXT coming up. That wraps up old Tuesday night NXT right there. Whew. Last little bit of wrestling news, folks. All right, we'll move on to SmackDown. Definitely a lot going on SmackDown there. Before we get into the SmackDown news, I want to give a shout out to Kevin Owens. He announced his mom is doing well now after she was in the hospital. He put out a tweet, I believe, a couple days ago, saying she's doing a little bit better. So, all the best wishes to KO and his mom.
Nothing but.
All right, let me see.
Man, SmackDown had some stuff going on.
Yeah, we did.
I can tell you what my favorite moment was from the night.
God.
LA Knight, whenever he had a little promo with Santos Escobar.
God, dude.
He said,
"Oh God,
if you wanted to get a hold of me, your mama has my number."
That killed me when that happened.
I was like, oh no.
He went there. He said, "Your mama's got my."
He did. All right, so we had Cody Rhodes opening the show. Stopped briefly to give boxing welterweight champion Terrence Crawford a fist bump. Rhodes said he felt guilty about how Randy Orton was caught in the middle of the Rhodes' issues, the bloodline. Rhodes was soon interrupted by A-Town Down Under, everybody's favorite tag team.
They're so annoying.
Who blamed Rhodes for Jacob Fatu's attack on Austin Theory last week. Darren Waller jumped Rhodes, who evened the odds with the steel chair handed to him by Crawford, which I did see the clip of, which was very, very funny to see. just seeing him just slip a random chair from the crowd was hilarious.
I think he gave him the chair he was sitting on too.
I think it was, yeah. Which is really funny. Oh God.
Give me some little Nicky vibes. Here, hit him with this.
For real. Rhodes ran into SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis backstage and demanded a tag team match against A-Town Down Under. Aldis granted him the match on the condition that Rhodes finds a tag team partner, which he did. We ended up with Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens defeating A-Town Down Under in the opening match. And then, of course, we had more bloodline shenanigans when they came down after the match.
And that was the last match of the night, Cruz, not the opening match.
Oh, was it? Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, it was. The promo was to open, then the match was at the end.
Oh, yeah. All right. But, I lost my spot.
I'm still, while Cruz is getting reset, I'm still not buying the Great Value version of the Bloodline.
Oh.
I mean, it still seems like they're pushing too hard.
I can't wait to see the look on Solo's face when Roman comes back.
Oh, God.
I feel that it's soon. I've been seeing reports and hearing from insiders that Roman Reigns is it most likely will be making his appearance at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I've been seeing the same thing too.
I hope so.
I mean, we very well could be seeing the return of the actual tribal chief, and just that. We talked about it last week. Jimmy Uso has been cleared to return as well. So,
and Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
the Paulus will be back. You can't. With somebody with a mouth that big, you can't keep him away. But Cruz, go ahead.
You can't keep the Paulus away from. He's gonna bring Roman back. All right. A quick little reset. All right, we got Andrade versus defeating Carmelo Hayes, which that was a good match. Not gonna lie, that was actually a good match. That was a really good match.
I told Megan I thought that was probably the best technical match of the night.
Oh, yeah.
They had a good spot that went to commercial break, I think 2 or 3 times. So I think it was a really good match. And
yeah,
make no mistake, I still don't like Carmelo Hayes. It's just yeah. Don't get me wrong, he might grow on me at some point. I didn't like Kevin Owens when he debuted, but he grew on.
Right.
So, but yeah, I thought that was a really good match.
We had Bianca Belair defeating everybody's favorite female wrestler, Chelsea Green. I am not going to do the voice. I legitimately thought about doing it. I cannot pull it off as good as Michael Cole did.
Nobody cares.
Then, of course, we had the segment we were just talking about between Logan Paul and LA Knight, making their match official at SummerSlam, which I'm pretty hyped to see. Not gonna lie, I hope it finally happens and they put a title on LA Knight. Please,
I hope so. The pop would be insane.
Get LA Knight the title. Oh my God, you are right. That pop is gonna be insane.
Okay, so speaking of that segment, did y'all see what Logan Paul told one of the crowd members as he was walking up the ramp?
No, I did not. I heard he was telling the one lady to get off his dick as he was going back up the ramp.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Okay.
He said, "Quit riding his dick."
Yeah, there was a little lady in the crowd side, and he was like, she was like talking trash to him, yet telling him he sucks, and he literally yelled at, "Get off of his dick already!" And I was like, "Oh my!"
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You can't say that on TV, sir.
I need to get that.
100%. I did enjoy their promo, especially the part where LA Knight told him, "Every time you and I have gotten in the ring, I've cooked you." And I was like, "Oh, he went there."
I gotta tell you, I think LA Knight is my favorite promo person currently.
Dude, his promos are the best.
My favorite entrance probably has to be Jay. Favorite character all around really is Jay, honestly. Just his shenanigans and
yeah. Let's see. We had Meechin defeating Tiffany Stratton thanks to some interference from Bailey, who came out, grabbed Nia Jax's briefcase, and just completely obliterated the thing.
Oh man, I was just like, oh, I looked at Megan, I was like, she reminded me of Swatowski from The Longest Yard. Oh, I'm sorry, I broke it in your toy.
Oh God. Oh my God. I did see the little interview that they were doing between Nia Jax and Bailey, where Bailey said, "You didn't injure me because you're tough. You injured me because you're big and clumsy."
Yeah.
Oh my God. I died when you said that.
I was like,
my
God
God.
damn.
I was like,
oh, she went there. She called you big.
Straight for the jugular on that one.
That was a good little one.
And then, of course, we had the main event, which I just talked about earlier. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens defeating A-Town Down Under. We had more bloodline shenanigans, laying waste to Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, sending a message that they are the most dominant force in WWE. You say that now until Roman comes back.
I mean,
they are. I'll give them that. But oh man, you got a lot of trouble when Roman comes back.
I will say that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes did good holding their own for a while, but when it comes down to it, Jacob Fatu is the wild.
Yeah.
At this point, he has been unchecked and unchallenged by anybody.
Yeah.
He's just one of those superstars. Again, like I said, I think that they're trying too hard with this new established bloodline. Tugaloa seems to find himself on the end of just everything wrong going on for him. I mean, he got his head bounced off a table at the last pay-per-view that looked like it may have, may have had him seen off. Yeah, may have seen him tweet, punching Kevin Owens in the butt and, checking his own brother. And then Kevin Owens, trying to pull his eyeball out. So, and then, like I said last week, Tama Tonga is just a little ravenous Tasmanian devil. And then Jacob, honestly, if I can be totally honest, Jacob Fatu is the only character that I'm actually bought in.
Yeah.
He's the only one that has the intensity that I've actually bought into. Because they're trying to give Solo Sikoa the same mantle that Roman Reigns had. They're trying to intensify it, if you will, because he was Roman's enforcer, but now he's the head of the proverbial head of the table. So yeah, exactly, proverbial head of the table. But now, I guess you could see a little. Laser. He's a little more intensified than Roman Reigns is. Excuse me. So I'm not really buying it. And then, like I said, the only person I've really bought into is Jacob Fatu's energy.
Yeah.
Because he is. We talked about it last week. Someone his size shouldn't be able to do the things that he does.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Excuse me. I'm so sorry. It's scary. His intensity. His intensity scares me a little bit. His athleticism scares me a lot.
Yeah.
He's like a ravenous dog.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He just feeds off of his own energy. And the only person I'm buying so far, R.I.P. to Kevin Owens and whatnot, and Randy Orton, R.I.P. to Cody Rhodes as well. But so that I just wanted to say my piece on that one. But I think it does lead to a good build-up heading into SummerSlam, especially because they've. I don't think they've put in. I'm so sorry. I don't think they put Randy Orton on the shelf, but they definitely beat the crap out of him. Beat the crap out of Kevin Owens. They stuck Cody through the table. And to think, we still have 2 more weeks until SummerSlam. So there's so much more that can happen still.
Yeah.
So you have that potential to build more before SummerSlam. And before what people are saying is the return of the actual tribal chief. That's my piece. I just want to get that out
there. No, you're good. Yeah, I'm curious how this bloodline storyline is going to go, especially with before we wrap up the wrestling portion of this. I just found out. I don't know if I saw this. I don't know if it was. I don't know if I saw this earlier. I think I saw it yesterday. They have officially signed. I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name. I believe his name is Hikuleo. I believe that's how you say his name. I might be wrong if I'm mispronouncing him. I apologize. But he has officially been signed to WWE. He is another member of the Anoa'i family. I'm not sure to what extent he's related to the family.
I think he's related to the Tongas.
Yeah, I think he's related to Tongaloa and Tamatonga. I think he's their brother. I'm not entirely sure.
Brother family.
I'll have to look into it. But yeah, he has officially confirmed to have signed with WWE. He is, of course, another member of Bullet Club. But yeah, he's finally signed to WWE. Now, when is he going to debut? I haven't heard anything. I highly doubt it's going to be a SummerSlam.
Yeah, actually, that's
never say never, because I mean that's what I thought about Tongaloa. I didn't think he was going to debut so soon.
Yeah.
Same with Jacob Fatu. I didn't think they were going to debut so soon. So maybe he shows up at SummerSlam. I'm not entirely sure.
So
but yeah,
he is Tongaloa's actual brother. That's Haku's other son.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But yeah.
Okay, very good.
So we'll see how he fits into this whole bloodline storyline. But that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for wrestling news.
Woo! Some good stuff going on in wrestling. We'll guys definitely keep back to it. Rafe, I'm gonna let you go over for right now. I've still got some things I'm trying to get in order. I think you said you had something you wanted to talk about, so talk to us.
Yes, I do. I don't know if any of the viewers or if either of you follow the Call of Duty League, also known as the CDL.
I see it. I do not follow it though.
Optic Texas, who is based out of here in DFW, they actually the Call of Duty the Grand Champion tournament is this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Optic Texas won their match on Thursday, won their match on Friday, and won their match today, which puts them in the grand finals for tomorrow. They play in the grand finals in a best of 9 against the New York Subliners. The New York Subliners are who won champs last year, so they're trying to go back to back.
Nice.
Optic has a big task in their hands for this one, but
yeah,
I'm 100%. I believe in them 100%. They've completely, I don't want to say dominated, but they've looked really good against teams that they had struggled with in the past of this season. So, and the best part of it all is the championship tournament is here in DFW, so they could win the championship here on their home turf. And
on Texas,
nice. And the one of the players, his name is Kenny. He said that when they did an interview with him, and he said that the place was so loud whenever they were on stage that it was shaking. They're playing the game and the stage is shaking. And I was like,
hell yeah.
Dang.
I was like, that's Texas fans for you.
Absolutely. You know what they say about us Texas boys? We go big. In Texas, go big or go home.
But yes, so the grand finals will be tomorrow. Optic Texas versus the New York Subliners, and that will be. What time was that? Let's see. Right. It will be at 2:00.
All right. Hell yeah. All right, Optic Texas. From Unhinged and Undocumented, you have all our support. Go get that title.
And you will have my support. I'm actually looking at buying tickets to there's a Texas Rangers Optic game night, and they're doing a collaboration of the Rangers and the Optic jerseys. So it's the Rangers jersey, nice. But it's like an Optic green and gray.
Oh, that's
sick,
awesome.
dude.
That is awesome. And if they capture that title too,
yeah.
Again, from all the men here on Unhinged and Undocumented, Optic Texas, go get that title. You have our support.
Actually, I'm going to show you a picture of what they look like.
Everybody stand by. We're going to see a picture on a picture. Fourth wall break inside of a fourth wall break.
This is what the jerseys look like. Check this out.
Oh, that looks sick. Oh, that's legit. I would buy one of those.
So when you buy these tickets, you automatically get a jersey, and it's all you can eat food, everything. Yeah, nice. It's burgers, hot dogs, nachos, drinks.
And me at meat.
And the kicker is the price ain't that bad. It's like $70 for the ticket, for the jersey, for all you can eat, everything. And it's in left field, so you have a chance of catching a home run too.
Yeah, but the thing is about that is they don't make fluffy people with jerseys.
And you know what the best part is? Guess who they're playing that night?
Don't tell me.
The Yankees.
Oh my God! I can't go to that then. I can't have every person in the state of Texas booing me for cheering for my home team. I mean, for home team, because everybody who's watching, if you've not heard it, I'll say it again. I'm a Texas Rangers fan because I am a Texas-born man. Okay? When it comes straight down to who my number one team is, go Yankees all the way. So I will not be attending because, again, I don't need my home state bullying me for not cheering for the home team. So I can go watch it at home. Thanks, though.
Yeah, that's all I have for that. So let's go Optic.
Hell yeah, let's
Green
go
wall,
Optic.
brick by brick, baby. Let's do it.
Hell yeah, from Unhinged and Undocumented, go Optic. We're gonna hashtag that and put it online tonight. All right, switching gears, I got some things I want to talk about. So, gentlemen, are you ready? Because I have been waiting to talk. And I have got some stuff I want to get off my chest.
Let's do it. Oh, God. We're Unhinged, folks.
Sorry. Yes, we are Unhinged. We are Unhinged. That's a different website. If you'd like to get that website, please talk to me in the comments.
They said Unhinged, not Undressed.
I'm kidding. There's no website. So, what I want to kick off my segment and talking about here. So, as we get closer and closer to the Summer Olympic Games, the summer of men's basketball has kicked off, as has the Olympic basketball. You see me shaking my head right now. That's because it's hard sometimes, okay? But we got to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Today, the U.S. men's basketball team took on South Sudan. I want you to listen to that one more time. The U.S. men's basketball team. Okay? The U.S. men's basketball team, which consists of Queen James, okay? Anthony Edwards, Tatum, Steph Curry. There's others. Give me just a moment. I said Anthony Davis, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You.
Kevin Durant. Okay. Joel Wait, no. Joel Embiid and several others. Okay, basketball should be our thing, right? We should be mopping other teams at basketball, especially in other countries. Okay. Now, granted, there are some players that are international players that are pretty, as I always say, pretty damn good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Giannis. You got Luka.
Yep.
Just name a couple: Giannis, Luka,
Jokic.
Jokic. Absolutely. Just to name a couple. So you guys are pretty good international players, okay? Even Wemby for the San Antonio Spurs, which I don't care what anybody says, he deserved to win Rookie of the Year. Anyway, so the reason I brought this up is today I was at work, but next door to where I work is a nail salon. And I know the guy who works at the front desk at the nail salon, and he always has the games on. And I popped by to check out what he was watching, and he was watching the basketball game between the U.S. and South Sudan. When I popped in to check, the U.S. men's team, again, which consists of stars like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, were getting beat by the South Sudan by 10 points at the time. And I was like, okay, maybe some of the stars are sitting right now. Not a big deal. I walked away. I went to lunch. Maybe about an hour passed by. My guy from next door walks over because I stopped to have a combo with him. And he goes, dude, you're not going to believe this. I tell him, what's up, man? His name's John, by the way. I said, what's up, John? He said, South Sudan is beating us 16 points late in the third quarter. Now, I realize 16 points isn't a lot. But for those who watch basketball and know anything about basketball, you should know how hard it is to score points and keep the other team from scoring. Especially when you have players who can hit from the three-point line, who can hit from inside the paint, and who basically hit from all over the floor.
Yeah.
16 points we were down by. South Sudan! Who the hell is South Sudan? South Sudan had a basketball team. What is that because now, there is a bright side to this story, okay? By the time I was able to get back over and check the score, it was coming to the end of the game. And we were still losing. That's not the bright side. That's not the bright side. That's not the bright side. Hold on. Okay? That's not the bright side. We were still losing near the end of the game. When Queen James, and yes, I said it, Queen James, if you don't like it, hashtag me and tell me why you don't like it. I'd love to argue with you about it. When Queen James made a diving layup with 8 seconds left to prevent what would have been a historic upset, and Team USA escapes. You ready for this? With a 101-100 victory. We beat South Sudan with 8 seconds left by 1 point. That is embarrassing. Mm-hmm. Who the hell is South Sudan? When did they get a basketball team?
Oh my god.
You make me want to bring up Drew Holiday's tweet.
Please bring up Drew Holiday's tweet. Drew Holiday the funniest tweets that Rafe pointed out to us. Rafe, tell us what Drew Holiday.
Oh, God. Drew Holiday tweeted out, and this is real. This was his actual account. He actually tweeted this. It says, "South Sudan can have this game. At least we have fresh water."
God.
Drew Holiday is a straight savage, and I love it. So, I had to get this off my chest. Now, bear in mind you, okay? Again, for those of you watching, and those of you who see this and say, where do you get off talking about basketball? Look at you. You can't even play basketball. You're right. I can play basketball. That's why I don't play basketball. But I watch enough of it to know who can play basketball and who can't play basketball. And the men on this U.S. men's team should be mopping the floor with everybody they come up against.
Yeah.
But instead, we're barely scraping by and winning games against countries like South Sudan by 1 point. Unbiased opinion, that was embarrassing. Drew Holiday was right. They could keep that game because we looked pathetic. How the hell are we almost going to lose to South Sudan? Do we even know anybody in the active NBA that is from the South Sudan?
Not to my knowledge.
Exactly. Now, hopefully Team USA gets it together, rallies, and just starts running through people left and right. Because as of right now, the dream team is dead. I'm sorry. I don't care how many times they've won the gold medal. Okay? At this point, we will not win a gold medal. Just gonna throw that out there.
I'm looking at everybody that's in the NBA from South Sudan, and none of them sound familiar.
Oh, so there are players in the NBA from South Sudan.
Yep, one on the Lakers, one on the Bulls.
Give me the names. Give me the names. I bet I know who they are.
Bulls is Lil Dang Dong. I don't know. And then the Lakers, yeah.
Okay, I know who he is.
And then the Lakers is Winyan Gabriel. I don't know.
Okay. Lakers, you should drop Bronny James and let that guy play.
Oh my God, Bronny James is a joke.
You're a joke. You're just toilet water. Anyway, that's a segment for another time. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to get that off my chest. If you have a comment you'd like to make, please leave it in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think of what I just have to say. I would love you. Believe me, I can talk for days. Excuse me. So that's my transition into basketball. But now I'm going to transition into another sport that we love so much that is on the cusp. It is almost here, Rafe. It is almost here. Preseason starts in 2 weeks and a couple days.
Yep.
Preseason is here, baby. Football is back. And I am getting so fired up, just eking towards it. A couple things really quick. I want to talk about college and pro as well, okay? And I'm not just going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to talk about some other things as well. But in the college side, I'm going to talk about the Longhorns right now because it's been a pretty good couple of days, a pretty good couple of weeks and whatnot, with the signing period. So one thing a couple of the signings that I want to point out for the Texas Longhorns is, so recently Texas got a commitment from 5-star offensive tackle Michael, excuse me if I say his last name, Fasusi.
Yeah.
I might have said his name wrong, but home dude is a 5-star offensive tackle and was losing the players that we did to the pros. We need to shore up the offensive line. So if I'm not mistaken, this guy will make an immediate impact in playing this year. So it's a good pickup there for us. In addition, hang on, I gotta find it. Here we go. In addition to that, they also got a commitment from 4-star tight end Nick Townsend. So Nick Townsend is a 4-star tight end who committed to Texas over offers from Alabama, Texas A&M, and USC. 3 teams that Texas is not unfamiliar with at all. Yeah. Beating USC in 2005 for the national title. Getting back into it with Alabama again the past 2 years. We got the W last year. And then Texas A&M, our arch rivals, who we will rekindle our relationship with later on this year.
Last game of the season.
Hell yeah. Oh, and just for our fans out there, if you're a 12th man, the Longhorns are coming for you. And we're coming.
That's right.
We're coming. We're coming to burn down the 12th man. Just throwing that out there. Not literally, it's hypothetical. It's not a threat, I promise. But anyway, they picked up a commitment. So Nick Townsend is actually will be committing to the 2025 class. So he will be playing with us next season. He won't be joining us this. He won't be joining us this fall, but he will be joining for the following season. So that's good for us. There is one more. Give me 1 second. I have to find it really quick.
While you're looking for that, I did see that ESPN analysts put out a list of their top breakout stars for this year, and Baxter was one of them.
Oh, the running back.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, dude. He's got some poise. I know he can be great. All right. Here it is. I found it. This one, okay, yeah. So this one's a couple weeks old, but we hadn't had a chance to talk about it. So, but it is a good one, especially for our wide receiver core. Damn it! Hold on. Stupid. So this one is was made official on July 11th, and says in a significant development for the Texas Longhorns football program. Head coach Steve Sarkisian has announced the signing of Broom McCoy, the standout wide receiver. Hang on. The standout wide receiver from the University of Tennessee. So this guy is from the transfer portal. Okay. The high-profile acquisition is expected to bolster the Longhorns' offensive arsenal and create a buzz in the NCAA football community as the. I'm so sorry. These stupid ads keep popping up all over the place and pissing me off. In this community, the team aims to reclaim its status as natural powerhouse. Broom McCoy's journey, high school. His combination of size, speed, and athleticism made him a nightmare for opposing defenses. While he was at Tennessee, he's got a very high football IQ. So Texas's wide receiver room is already stacked, but having this dude as well will give us even more options, especially when the starters need to sit.
Yeah.
Him with the size, his speed, his high football IQ will definitely give Quinn Ewers more options. He's got the size, so he can be a good downhill blocker as well. So that's some big news for the Longhorns as we make our way towards the opening season. Give me just 1 second. I will get to my page really fast.
The opening day for the Cowboys.
So the Longhorns are actually going to be opening their season on August 31st at 2:30 p.m. Central Time on ESPN, where they will take on the Colorado State University Rams, I believe. For those of you who don't remember Colorado State, they were the ones who had a big controversial fight with Colorado last year that had some scrapping in it and whatnot. Home dude took a shot at one of Colorado's players. I don't know if y'all remember that.
I remember.
Yeah. So Colorado State, no slack. But the Texas Longhorns are making their way towards the start of what should be a pretty awesome season in our inaugural year in the SEC. Cruz, I know you're not really big on football, but I know that I force you to watch sometimes, which I'm still thankful for that. I can't believe that you actually sat through some of the games for me because you know how to get. I'm either super happy or I'm super pissed off. And yelling and talking shit to my TV.
You're like Seth Rollins during football season.
100%. But Rafe, our inaugural season in the SEC, man, it's here. Yeah. There was talks about it 2 years ago. It became it was a reality 2 years ago. This year, this time last year, reality was starting to become a real thing. And then before we knew it, the trigger was pulled, and Texas and Oklahoma paid their buyout to go to the SEC. And now it's here. The season is among us.
Yeah, we've got some good challenges ahead. I mean, we've got Michigan, we've got Florida, we've got Georgia That's going to be a tough one.
I think we got FSU as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Hang on, I actually have the schedule right here in front of me, so I can pull it up. Give me 2 seconds.
And of course, the Red River rivalry is still there.
Of course. We will be taking on Oklahoma. That is one tradition that will never die. All right, so to start our season, we will take on Colorado State. After the following week later, we will head to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan, which I am anticipating a win in Ann Arbor. So after that, we will be back home to take on UTSA. All three of our first games, as usual, are out of conference. It's our tune-up games and whatnot. And that one against Michigan will be a dogfight. I take nothing away from UTSA. They've had a pretty good couple past seasons.
Yeah.
And after that, we will get into conference play against our first opponent in the University of Louisiana Monroe. After that, we will take on Mississippi State, who is no slouch. October 12th, we will, at 2:30 p.m. from the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, it will be Texas versus Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry game. Always a treat. We'll look to redeem what happened last year. And then after that, the schedule gets a little dicey as Georgia comes to our house. We'll be taking on the Dogs, the SEC runner-ups last year. Yeah. That should be a good one. Then we'll head to Vanderbilt to take on Vandy. We'll come back home to take on Florida. We will renew our rivalry with Arkansas. If you're not a Texas fan, or if you don't know too much about Texas football, we'll get into that later on when the season starts. We'll have segments about each game, especially with Arkansas, because that's a rivalry renewed. There's a lot to go over there. But then we'll come back home to play Kentucky. And then to wrap up the season, we will head to Kyle Field to burn down the home of the 12th man. Again, that's not a threat. That is just me being modest. Okay? We're not literally going to set anything or anybody on fire. And if we do, I do not endorse that at all. I'm a lover. I'm a man of peace. Okay? I say it all the time. Love, peace, and chicken grease. But the upcoming season should be a treat. I'm intrigued. I'm ready for football, especially college football. Speaking of college football, the new NCAA game finally dropped for the early birds that pre-ordered it. Rafe, you want to give us a little insight on what you've experienced so far? Because I have not had the opportunity to purchase it yet because I am a broke Mexican at the moment.
Oh, man, I will tell you. I haven't played sports games or football games probably since Madden 21, religiously anyway. I've played off and on, really, but CFB has brought me back into it so much because it brought back like that old style feel from those old NCAA games. It doesn't have that clunkiness that Madden has. It doesn't have that, that EA bullshit that you see in all those other Madden games. But I mean, just the game in general is amazing so far. I mean, there's not really anything in there that's too OP, I would say. I mean, it's just kind of like the run game is great. The passing is precision passing. Field goals aren't easy this year, which is awesome because you actually have to do good when you make a field goal.
I actually read about that. I saw that in the gameplay that I watched. The field goals are probably one of the hardest aspects of it.
Yeah, 100%. Tackling is actually really hard this year, so that makes it cool. Just the game all around, I'm having a lot of fun with, and I can honestly say I haven't said that about a Madden or football game in a long time. So,
well, I don't know what he's talking about because I play Madden religiously. If you would like to play me in a game of Madden, I welcome all challengers. My gamer is Joey's Mom 25. If you see me online and you want to challenge me, by all means, send a challenge. I welcome all challengers. But when I beat you, I don't want any rage quitting.
Oh, God.
I'm that confident and I'm that cocky about it. Awesome. So we're going to switch gears here. We're going to stay with football, but we're going to switch gears to the NFL. There's been some stuff going on in the NFL lately. And as I said, we're not just going to talk about the Cowboys. We're going to talk about other teams as well. But the one thing I want to talk about and address with Dallas right now, because it is probably the most important piece of news right now that we need to focus on. Or as Dallas Cowboy fans, we still have not signed CeeDee Lamb to a long-term deal.
Nope.
Training camp is among us. He sat out of OTAs. He sat out of mandatories. Training camp is among us now. And from what I read, he's not expected to be at training camp. And from an article that I read, if a deal is not struck by, what was the date? I think it was like late July, I think it was like late July, mid-August. If a deal isn't struck, then CeeDee Lamb, who is without a doubt a top 5 wide receiver right now, okay? CeeDee Lamb and his agent will be seeking a trade from Dallas. And that would be catastrophic. Because, I mean, let's be honest here. CeeDee Lamb is our wide receiving core.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I was looking at the roster. And now, make no mistake, I take away nothing from the rest of our wide receivers. But so, this is our wide receiver. Okay. So, hold on one second. Okay, here's. Sorry, I had to get back to it. This is our wide receiver room. Tyrone Billy Johnson. Heard of him?
No.
Exactly, no. Jalen Brooks. Okay, we know who Jalen Brooks is. Okay. Brandon Cooks. Okay, we know Brandon Cooks. He did subpar last year.
He came on strong at the end of the season.
Yes, he came on strong at the end of the season, but at best he was subpar last year. Corey Cromes Jr., rookie out of Minnesota, who we picked up in the draft. Don't know who the hell he is at all. David Durden, a 2-year man out of West Florida. Your stunned silence is, yeah. Ryan Whitboy, a rookie out of Southeast Missouri State. Cam Johnson, rookie out of Northwestern. CeeDee Lamb, Racy McMath, 3-year man out of LSU. Jalen Moreno Cropper, out of Fresno State. Jalen Tolbert, who is, again, subpar.
Yeah.
If we get completely honest.
Yeah.
Sorry. Kevontae Turpin, our speed guy. Again, subpar. I like watching him return kicks than I do him trying to catch a pass.
Yeah.
And that's it. Rafe, do you think we would have a serious problem if we don't re-sign CeeDee Lamb?
I would say so.
Yeah, exactly. So, Jerry Jones, not saying that he's going to see this, but if you post stuff and you think your video can get, if this post can be seen by Jerry Jones, Jerry, please do not let CeeDee Lamb walk. If there is any owner in the NFL that can come up with the money to pay him, it is you. Please do not let him walk. Let him walk. I might actually have to back another team this year. And that hurts me to even say, because
that's a sentence you wouldn't hear too often.
Because I am a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. Do you know how hard it is being a fan of the Dallas Cowboys? It is so hard. The true fan admits when his team is just not that good. And to be fair, we are just not that good.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. So that's what I wanted to bring up about Dallas. Just a couple other things really quick. In football news, hang on a sec, my thing's loading up. So, we had some people stepping down from the NFL, basically going into retirement. Linebacker Shaquille Barrett, former Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has called it a career after 8 seasons, I believe. Sorry, my source of Shaq Barrett. Sorry, that's his name. Shaq Barrett has announced his retirement. Two-time Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Denver Broncos announced his retirement on Saturday. Hang on a second. Shaq Barrett is 31 years old. He spent 5 years at Tampa Bay. And so, to grand total of... Okay, he's been in the league for a while. Despite that fact, Shaq Barrett was a really, really good, really good player. One of those players that gives you PTSD a little bit. But he's called it quits. Especially after I believe it was last year, or the year before that, him and his family went through some unfortunates when his 2-year-old daughter drowned in their family pool.
Yeah.
It was an unfortunate thing. I know it's something that you bounce back from, just like that. But I think that Shaq Barrett has definitely had a career worthy of the Hall of Fame, and probably look forward to seeing him in Kent at some point. Also, retiring from the NFL as well is one Mr. Kenyon Drake, running back, announces his retirement as well from the NFL. Kenyon Drake, a running back, spent most of his career with the Dolphins. Pretty effective running back. I liked him. He always got me some good fantasy points. Helped lead me to some good come from behind wins and whatnot. So that's a thing. And then, and so this is the last thing that we're going to talk about before we wrap up for tonight. There is a wide receiver out there that has requested a trade because things just are not working out for him in the department of getting signed. And it's interesting because this particular player is, I think, a very, very good player. I think he's even a little bit underrated. Brandon Ayuk, wide receiver for the San Francisco 49ers, the Super Bowl runner-ups last year, has requested a trade from the 49ers. That being said, there is no question that Ayuk is in my opinion, Brandon Ayuk is a very good player. I think he's a very underrated player. He has the big potential, the big play potential and whatnot. So Brandon Ayuk was looking to be one of the higher, the latest wide receiver to get paid this offseason in terms of average per year. 6 of the 9 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL have signed their contracts this offseason. So as it stands right now, let's see, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 highest paid receivers right now in the NFL are as follows: Justin Jefferson in Minnesota at $35 million a year. A. Brown in Philly at $32 million a year. Amon-Ra St. Brown of Detroit at $30 million a year. Tyreek Hill at $30 million a year, and Jalen Waddle of Miami at $28 million a year.
Man, they spend a lot of money on their receivers.
Right, 100%. These are some of the highest wide receivers in the NFL right now, and Brandon Ayuk is probably he's not looking to become the highest paid wide receiver, but he's definitely looking to get on this to get on this list. So I'm looking at the top. Let me see what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the top 9 highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. So I think he's definitely looking to get on this list, as is CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb deserves to be up there with A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown, because he's definitely worth the money. But I definitely think that Brandon Ayuk deserves to be at least somewhere between Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. What do you think, Fred?
I agree. Ayuk has that big play potential. He's not. He's the number one receiver. I will say that he has that number one receiver potential. I just, to be honest with you, the way that San Francisco runs their offense and the way that Kyle Shanahan runs that offense, it's hard to tell whether it's, him getting open or he's just making big plays or whatever. But I would like to see him get traded to another team and see how he does with that team before he gets that big contract.
I agree 100%, but you see, there's a small issue with that. So I was actually looking through that, and so the issue with that, the being traded thing, was that in 2002, what's his name? Deebo Samuel requested a trade from the 49ers, and he did not receive it. He tried to get out. They did not honor that, and they did not trade him. In addition with that, hang on. I gotta find it really, really fast. This was actually an interesting read for me. Oh, where'd it go? Okay, here it is, right here. So, wideout Deebo Samuel. Could the Niners still re-sign Ayuk? Absolutely. Strange, it might be fine to give a trade request. Sorry. So, wideout Deebo Samuel asked for a trade in spring of 2022, only to sign a 3-year deal worth up to $73.5 million in late July. Kicker Robbie Gould asked out in April 2019 and also re-signed in July. So what's more than that is that the 49ers have a very long track record with getting deals done with their star players late in the summer. Although in this case, Wayne might have driven the price of keeping Ayuk up, especially with some of the deals that were done this year. So, agreed to terms. So the last players that agreed to terms. So this is just to give you an understanding of when some of the star players for the San Francisco 49ers signed deals. George signed his deal on August 13th, 2020. Linebacker Fred Warner, July 21st of 2021. Wide receiver Deebo Samuel, July 31st, July 31st of 2022. And then defensive end Nick Bosa signed his September 6th, so right before the start of the season in 2023. So they could wait to sign him, but ultimately, I think that Brandon Ayuk wants out of San Francisco. But they might not give it to him. They might just hold off. And in the long run, it's going to hurt Ayuk because he would be subject to fines of up to $50,000 per missed practice during camp. So I mean that adds up a little bit. But there are some options for him. I know that a couple teams that were being talked about that could land Ayuk are as follows. Hang on, let me see. Did I get the right one? I did not get the right one. I can't find it. Okay, well, some of the options for Brandon Ayuk were some places that he could land were included the oh crap! I read the article
Steelers.
and I forgot. The Steelers. There it is.
Yep.
Included the Steelers. A long shot was the Buffalo Bills because they don't have the cap room right now. And then there was a couple others. I cannot for the life of me remember who the other ones were. I'll have to find the article. But yeah, so there's been some stuff going on in the NFL right now with with the NFL season vastly approaching. Preseason will kick off, like I said, in 2 short weeks and a day or two, and then after that, preseason will be here before you know it.
The Dallas Cowboys' first preseason game is actually 3 weeks exactly from tomorrow.
Yes, it is, and we are excited about that. Well, gentlemen, other than that, I don't have anything else to discuss. I think we've had a good little lineup for tonight. Unfortunately, like we said at the beginning of the show, we were a team of 3 tonight because our part of the Twin Magic, Cody, could not join us, but I think we had a pretty good show tonight. Does anybody have anything they want to add before we call it a night?
Joe Hendry, wait. Oh, we're good.
No, we're good.
Dude, what if like a little window appeared right down here over here?
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, I think that's gonna go ahead and wrap us up for tonight. We've had a great session, a good time talking with everybody. Once again, as always, we want to send a huge shout out to all of our fans that we've seen an uptick in our views. We've even gotten some comments. So we thank you for that. You guys are the ones that we do this for. Well, I mean, we do it for ourselves because we're 3 friends right now that enjoy talking about sports. So, we really appreciate the uptick in our views and our likes and the comments. Just keep on getting us out there. Keep on viewing our content. We're going to keep doing this because this is what we love to do. I've got nothing else for y'all tonight except be blessed. Enjoy the world. Enjoy the world of sports because everything's on an uptick right now.
Yep.
So, Rafe, you got anything for me?
I just gotta say, God bless you all. Just stay blessed and let's go Optic Texas.
Let's go Optic Texas. Cruz, my undocumented man. You got to say anything you want to say to the fans before we head off for tonight?
Bro, just keep believing in Joe Hendry.
We believe.
But for real, the Fat Man and Rafe said it best. Thank y'all. Shut up. The Fat Man and Rafe said it best. Thank y'all for the views and comments and everything like that. We seriously appreciate it. This whole thing was just a spur of an idea that I had that I passed along to them, and it just kind of grew into this. And we appreciate it. And we'll just keep chugging along.
Absolutely. Well, for Unhinged and Undocumented, I am the big man coming at you with half of the Twin Magic, Rafe.
Sure.
And the undocumented man himself, Mr. Cruz. Go Hendry. Y'all have a blessed night. We'll see y'all next week.
God bless, guys.
Peace.